Welcome to Really American. I am Michael Hayne. Russia, Russia, Russia. At it again. I swear, Pootie, he just wakes up every day, puts on the meat suit, looks in the mirror, and says, "All right, how do I convince the world I am actually a human, and how do I fuck with U.S. American elections?" For real, it's happening again.
President Putin said this morning that President Biden was his first choice for a second term, but that now he'd like Vice President Harris to become the next American president. Her laugh is so expressive and infectious, Putin said at an economic conference. But is the former spy telling the truth? U.S. intelligence agencies believe Putin prefers Donald Trump over Harris, seeing him as less likely to continue supporting Ukraine. And Washington believes Putin is already trying to influence the election. On Wednesday, the State Department said it would designate 5 Russian state-funded news organizations, including RT, formerly known as Russia Today, Ruptly, and Sputnik, as foreign government missions and limit visas for their employees. The Justice and Treasury Departments are acting as well, indicting 2 RT employees accused of funding an American right-wing media company to carry out the Kremlin's influence campaign.
The Justice Department's message is clear. We have no tolerance for attempts by authoritarian regimes to exploit our democratic system of government.
A spokesman for RT told NBC News the group had several responses, including "ha ha ha ha" and 2016 called and wants its cliches back.
Yes, I believe we should call them the Putin Putses. Anyway, recent revelations from Moscow confirm what many U.S. foreign policy experts and people in the security apparatus have feared for years. Kremlin-backed propagandists, as I just showed you, the Putin Putses, have been working to destabilize America society through the promotion of Trump. And a disturbing turn, Russian officials, they're not even pretending to hide it. For example, Andrei Sidorov, the deputy dean of world politics at Moscow State University, recently delivered this very chilling message when it came to why they secretly want Donald Trump and what that outcome will be. Let's take a look at that.
Это поле все полностью будет вычищено.
Я жду, когда они Такера Карлсона попытаются потянуть.
Нет, они точно притянут.
Конечно.
Они точно притянут. И любое слово, которое будет сказано, так сказать, вот такое даже нейтральное о России, все, это будет черной меткой для того человека, который это сказал. Я, честно говоря, внутренне, конечно, за Трампа всегда, потому что Трамп – это прямой путь к гражданской войне.
Да вы оппозиционер.
Вот это полный путь к гражданской войне. Стрелять начнут сразу.
So you're saying that you actually want the hopelessly incompetent, malignant, narcissistic, hopelessly insecure, easily influenced, if you just say that thing on his head looks good, wannabe dictator who probably has said more flattering things about your boss Putin than he has about Melania. Who would think? But there's also Project 2025. If somehow Trumpy Dumpy were to get in, the chaos and fascism that would ensue with Project 2025 would finally be the thing that makes Putin smile, because it basically would be the end of American democracy. And Putin, not exactly BFFs with democracy, would allow him to not just continue running roughshod on Ukraine, but be like, I don't know, maybe I will decide to take back, what country do I want to take back today? I tried Ukraine, maybe I'll take Poland if I want to. And despite some of these reports indicating that Putin wants Kamala Harris to win, we know that Putin and his propaganda arm are doing anything and everything to pump up Trump through obviously utilizing the stupid Putin Putses, right-wing people in America, which I pointed out earlier. And in fact, MSNBC recently did a report on what Russia is actually doing and will continue to do with regards to Trump. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, hey, still with the presidential race, and I've said already, it's my favourite story of the morning, just for a few different reasons. Vladimir Putin appearing to mock the presidential race this morning by throwing his support behind Kamala Harris. This comes after the Merrick Garland accusations yesterday about Russia being involved again. What are your thoughts? I mean, who would, if anybody, would prefer Vladimir Putin's endorsement?
Well, you've put it so well, mate. You know, this is the poison pill endorsement, right?
Yeah.
Because really no one wants it. And as we've seen from these Department of Justice indictments, the ones you referenced yesterday and today, the reality is the Russian state is actively working to support former President Trump's campaign, not Vice President Kamala Harris's. There's new indictments today against a very prominent Washington, D.C. Beltway commentator and analyst of Russian descent who advised the Nixon administration, who advised President Trump's first campaign. He ran a think tank, an extremely prominent conservative foreign affairs journal, and who moved to Russia just 2 years ago. Well, today he and his wife were indicted for about $1 million worth of wire fraud and money laundering and influence peddling for Russia. So, yeah, the poison pill endorsement, mate. On the one hand, he wants to, have a jab at Kamala Harris by endorsing her, while the rest of his covert machinery is working overtime to support former President Trump.
If looks could kill, yeah, that's a great shot of
it's hilarious, mate. It's hilarious.
Vladimir Putin, endorsing Kamala Harris.
Exactly. Pointed words. I believe I said MSNBC. I meant to say Sky News. Now, for years, experts have warned Russia's support for Donald Trump is part of the greater, larger strategy to not only destabilize the United States, but in fact the world, fracturing democracy in the United States and around the world. It's all centered on sowing division and creating chaos within the ranks, which, of course, gained major traction during Trumpy Dumpty's first 2016 presidential campaign and continued throughout his presidency. Trump, not having any knowledge whatsoever of any of the issues and relying exclusively on his garbage personality, and as dementia aggressively continues to hit him, getting more daffy, more incoherent, and more frighteningly stupid, which of course will allow for all of the nefarious elements, all of the criminal thugs with which he surrounds himself to even have more of a greater impact and influence on him, thus proving why no way on earth shall he ever get within a yard of the Oval Office again. And now that we're seeing more videos through Russian propaganda that they, in fact, understand a Trump win will essentially be the nail in the coffin of democracy, and how they have, Putin. I didn't even know he had a podcast. Apparently he does, through the, as I said, the Putin Putes. So, Merrick Garland, I know you're on top of this, but continue to do so, because it's only going to get nastier. Anyway, I am Michael Hayne. This is Really American. Please hit that subscribe button and check me out on my latest TikTok at Mike Hayne Comedian. Talk to you later.